Who the hell is in charge around here? Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment, and we are here to discuss who should the Professor have picked as leader of the team in Money Heist career. Now, this video is only up till the end of part 1, so if you haven't watched part 2, no worries, because there's no spoilers. We're only going based on the first 6 episodes, and the reason why I felt like this video needed to be made is because when the Professor assembles his team, we kinda get introduced to them. Berlin nominates himself for leadership. The Professor is okay with that. He finalises it. Berlin goes into the mint as the leader. However, by the end of the 6th episode, by the end of part 1, is Berlin still the leader? Is Tokyo the leader? Or is it even Nairobi? We put a poll up on the channel asking you guys, the great followers, the great subscribers of this channel, who should have been picked as the leader by the Professor. There was 4 options. Those options were Berlin, Tokyo, Nairobi, and the last option was none of them. And surprisingly, none of them actually had the highest percent of the vote, with 39%. Berlin came in second with 33%, Tokyo in third with 20%, and Nairobi was last with 8%. Considering there was 51 votes, I believe that means Nairobi probably got like 3 or 4. But it's alright, Nairobi, you're still an okay character. Now, why should Berlin be leader? I think out of the entire team, he was easily the most suitable to be leader. He had leadership qualities. He was respected. In terms of age, he probably was one of the oldest there. He had more experience than everyone else. He seemed more cool, calm and collected. Under pressure, I think you would want Berlin in charge. Unless, of course, he has meds that he can't take. But, I mean, yeah.
Apart from his drug problem, which is his medication, that's the only reason this guy shouldn't be leader.
Yeah, I mean, apart from the fact that he might have an illness, he claimed to be terminally ill, could that prevent his leadership? Maybe. But overall, if you look at his like combat skills, his leadership skills, all the qualities of being a leader, I think Berlin has it. When you're a leader, you need to be able to give direction, you need to be able to give commands, and I think Berlin can do that. There used to be another guy that used to dictate around Berlin as well back in the 1940s. He was a leader as well.
Aye.
So
isn't he?
Adolf. With Tokyo, she sort of assumes leadership around the end of episode 4, start of episode 5. She's like the new leader. She is pretty much, yeah.
Let me just tell you, right? Whoever voted for Tokyo needs their head looked at. You see the scene where she's about to give the speech and then just passes it on to Nairobi?
And he's went and...
What?
Aye, yep, okay.
What, have I stole your thunder?
Aye.
Well, we'll see that scene alone. That 20% should be 0%. Because that if you have to have someone else talk for you, you can't be a leader. It's as simple as that. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, embarrassing. So Tokyo, when she takes over leadership and she wants to speak to the hostages at the mint, she doesn't really know what to say. She just stands there, and then Nairobi comes over and gives a speech for her, and she pretty much tells everyone that Tokyo is the new leader now and that they need to follow her and that they're going to be treated better by her than they were by Berlin, which straight away just like kind of undermines Tokyo. It's like, I mean, if you're the leader, then you should be able to come out and say that you've just taken over leadership. You want to set a good example. This is your first example. This is your first, this is like your first priority, the first thing you're doing as leader. And for her just to kind of stand there while someone else talked for her, I thought was pretty poor. So, I mean, maybe she has other qualities, but it didn't look like she had good leadership skills here, that she couldn't set an example and she couldn't, tell the hostages of the situation and at least assert herself as the new leader. I mean, if you look at Sons of Anarchy, I mean, you wouldn't get someone taking over as president and then having someone else around the table speak for them. Hey, Jax is president now, he's going to lead the club in a different direction for Clay. No, Jax would say that himself. So that wouldn't happen. So yeah, I thought that was a bit poor. for Tokyo. And then the reason we did put Nairobi here in third is because she actually seemed to be a really good talker, and she was in charge of the money printing situation. She was leading the hostages. She was, basically supervising them when they were printing out all the millions and billions and trillions of yuan. So it looks like Nairobi does have leadership qualities. However, what she also has, in her own words, she's a con woman. So maybe she's not the most trustworthy. Maybe she's not 100% reliable. Is she? And if you can't really trust someone, can they be leader? If someone maybe has a trick up their sleeve, if someone has a hidden agenda, or if someone is just lies all the time, has different motives, if you can never understand when they're telling the truth or lying, can they really be leader? Can they really be the person that you trust and follow in a situation like this? I mean, probably not. So out of the three, Berlin did get the biggest percentage of the vote, and I agree with that. I think Berlin, out of the three, did make the best leader. I don't think anyone else really in the group should have been considered. So I think the professor got it right when he picked Berlin as leader. Just so happened that there's some circumstances that occurred, and the leadership kind of got dethroned, or it kind of got changed. But it is what it is. I think Berlin, out of the group, I think he was most suitable for leadership, and I think the professor made the correct decision. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think down below. Let us know in the comments. Out of these three, let me know who you think was the best leader, and if you think someone else could have been leader, or if you think the professor should have picked someone else, then let us know. Denver says that Washington, his dad, should be leader based on age. However, the professor says that Washington...
His name's Moscow.
Why are we calling him Washington then?
You're the one calling him Washington?
It said that Moscow, he couldn't lead because he had his plan, his objective was digging the tunnel. I personally don't think Moscow would have made a great leader anyway. I think he was too soft. I don't think he had the authority to be leader. That's my opinion. Let me know in the comments your opinion, and we'll catch you in the next video. Stay tuned for the channel. Part 2 of our reviews for Money Heist Korea will be coming soon, with, of course, any theories. And when we get to the end of part 2, we will rank all the episodes and we'll rank all the characters. And that's a video that I'm really looking forward to doing. It's going to be difficult. There's a lot of people in it, but we'll try our best. So stay tuned for more content. Till next time, though, we've been Fog Entertainment. Peace.